Welcome to the Grand Design Series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 26th of April 1931, which means we are moving rapidly away from the use of horses and steam. Well, horses have virtually gone anyway, but we will eventually be starting to pick up the vehicles that will need fuel. And for that reason, I really want to start focusing on our new town up there. But first, a bit of an update of where we are, because during the winter, I kind of did a couple of things. The first thing I did here is I've now actually upgraded my track layers, and more importantly, what I have done now is actually put two track layers in here just to speed the process up, because again, we're getting to the point now where we're really going to need to have you could say to use trains. Now, one thing I am going to do, because if I show you here with the signals, I'll put the signals in, what you'll find is that at the moment the track is not fully divided. So what I'm doing is splitting this up into two sections of track. The reason for that is that because we got two track layers working, and that will cause problems, because if a train's operating coming back through here, that will stop the other train from leaving the depot. The downside of this kind of setup is that there's only a matter of time before these two trains collide somewhere. So I just want to check where they are. Yeah, so at the moment I've got one working in that direction, and what I should have is another one working right over here. And you can see we're actually slowly pushing out this way, because I want to get out the connection out here. But at the same time, the other thing I also want to do, well, because I think I mentioned it in the last part, and then I promptly forgot all about it, but I need to start connecting up this area here. Now, eventually we will electrify this line, because I was thinking about what we're going to need to do to be able to, how can you put it, bring in modern trains in the future. And this is going to be our only major link to the border for, well, for almost throughout the game, because I can't remember if I actually put in another. So what we're going to do is, well, I can't see the connection there. Let me just, I think we might have a problem here. See if I can, yeah, I can connect that to there. So we got track there. Now this isn't a high priority, as we just double check that, but eventually all this track will have to be upgraded to electric. Although technically I could leave it diesel, but then the only way, oops, there's a mistake there. I need to make sure these are connected correctly. Otherwise I have problems when the track, I'd have to demolish the track and then relay it. Yeah, you can tow trains to the, from the border to the depot. So say for example you buy an electric train, and the rail going to the border is only, just select that, is only diesel. You can send a diesel train down to pick up the electric train to tow it to a depot, but of course the depot must have electric connection for wherever the train wants to be used. And the way I'm thinking at the moment is I want to electrify all this, because this waste processing area down here, which we're putting together, is going to service a fairly large area. So what I'm thinking is to electrify everything through here up to the border, and of course we'll have to electrify to the depot, because otherwise we won't be able to allocate the trains. And then from this point through down to here we'll leave as a diesel line. And then what we'll do is our actual kind of rail distribution office here, we'll put diesel trains in here, and because if we deliver fuel to this, then what the trains will do is refuel in here, Just a bit worried about that fire. I actually flushed all the messages out as well. Now that'd be no problem. I'm actually going to let the game run fairly quickly. So that's the first change. Now another change I've made is over here. Is I've put in a end connection here because I was kind of thinking that eventually we're going to have a lot of buses operating out of here. I've already put one bus route in to here because I suddenly realized I'm going to need the fire coverage. So we've got a bus route here and we've got 4 fire trucks in here. We've got power, we've got fuel. And what this will do is give fire coverage. And the other thing I've also put in here is some snow plows. Simply because we need to keep this free of snow in order to keep up the speed as we go through here. Then of course eventually we will just build in all this area here and get this operational. But of course the key to part of that is actually the railway line. Now another change I've made is that I've had a problem with the power supply in this area. So the power line I put in the last part, what I've done now is I split it here and put in a substation so I can run power here. And the other thing is I've also put a road round here because I realized that this road kind of goes in the wrong direction and I may want to bring stuff through here. So we're going to put a road connection to here, and of course we're going to need to slowly push the road out this way because we're going to be working on this area here. And what I've also done is I've kind of let the ground crew out of here, which is a good segue into the fact that I've decided that I need a proper ground crew here. So what I've also done here is I put in a windmill here in the back, and quite oddly that's actually putting power into here. And we just saw a traffic jam. Where's the traffic jam? Oh, this is my kind of, you could say, work in progress here. What I've decided to do, because we've got this which I built and we've now got this fairly functional, it took a little while to get it working, and we are removing some of the waste from here. What I've done now is started the process of actually emptying out, or what I want to do is empty out these dumps. That's why these guys are queuing up. I've got one distribution office on getting the stuff from here and putting it into here. The idea is just to clean this area up, and then eventually we can just kind of get rid of it all. I think generally beyond that things are pretty good. You can see we got our happiness back up to 75%. I am building in the last of these properties here because I want the accommodation to grow, and I was starting to get over 21s. But eventually what I might do is kind of change around a few things here later on, because we are operating with 1% unemployment now, which isn't too bad. But remember, this is during the summer when there's a lot more employment. But of course eventually what we will be doing is sending out workers from over here to here. But the trouble is the road connection, the bus would have to come down here. I don't know, it's not that bad. So if we use this bus platform here, we could send workers down through here, and then they can come into this worker processing plant here. So that is the current situation. Now, one thing I keep prevaricating about is putting an asphalt plant here with a helicopter platform. I mean, it's a bit of long-term planning. You can see here we've got a bit of a queue here for gravel, and the reason for that is that we need to put some power into here, which means I need to build this up a bit. I think I need to kind of push the priority up onto that. Let me just see what... Oh, these guys are... I mean, these guys are getting quite efficient, actually. I think we're going to build... I just want to... Just push you over there. I want to make sure this... just make sure that is still connected through, yeah. think we will bring the power up to here and get this guy working on that. If we can get power up to here, we can start using this loading station, which means I can split the kind of demand in this area a bit. Yeah, so I am thinking of an asphalt plant here, but alternatively it may be up here. Anyway, so let's just get down to this area here. Now, if I show you on the map and we click on the oil, we've got oil here, and we've also got oil out here around this kind of water area here. Now, if I show you the pump jacks, I mean, there's oil here, but it's still quite low. That means that one of the key decisions we're going to need to make is the fact that if we come back to here, now an oil refinery can consume 250 tons of oil per day. Now a pump jack produces 7 tons of oil per day. That's at 100% production, but of course, if I show you the round here, we're getting 54–60%. Now, a bit quick degree of maths is that 10 pump jacks can produce 70 tons of oil. So if you think this is 250, you can feed in over the output of 30 pump jacks into a single oil refinery. And that's something that you do need to be aware of, that this small oil field here, including that oil field there, possibly to get it up to full production, we will need to get the oil refinery kind of, let's have a look at what the oil, I mean, we've got a lot more oil in this area. So what we're probably going to need to do is run the oil from this entire area into this one oil refinery for it to run at maximum production. But of course, for it to run at maximum production, it is going to need a reliable workforce of 1,500 people. Now, so what I'm thinking is I need to decide where I'm going to put the oil refinery. And what I'm thinking is up here, because the oil refinery produces 34 tons of pollution. So if we say, again, back to the measuring again, that means that we're probably thinking at least 1 kilometer away. So we're talking about putting the oil refinery up here. Now, the reasons for that is simply that puts it a lot closer to these other oil fields, but it also means that we're going to have to deliver oil by train as well from some of these more remote areas. And that also means that we're now making a fairly key decision that this town is going to be generating most of the fuel for the economy going forward. Now, that may prove a problem and eventually, simply down to the fact that while the oil refinery can produce a lot of fuel, I mean, it can produce 125 tons of fuel today, but it can also produce 75 tons of bitumen. Now, that means that 125 tons of fuel distributed across the map is going to be quite a logistics channel. So we may have to kind of reconsider. Now, another option, which I'm kind of thinking, is that I think I can actually build it, actually, come to think of it, is this. We can put in a foreign pipeline like that. What that would mean is that rather than bringing all the oil in from across the map, we can drive this oil refinery by actually eventually importing foreign oil. Now, the advantage of that is the fact that by importing the foreign oil, we can get a lot more efficiency out of this oil refinery. But then to do that, we'd have to put the oil refinery over here, which has an advantage in the sense that this will be closer to this rail line, so we won't have to run a railway line up. And then what it will mean is that as the economy expands, we could build another oil refinery up here. So we'd have 2 oil refineries on the map. And this is quite a key decision when you are building a very large scale map and you want to go for a maximum population. I think a very easy trap to fall into is to go for this centralized vision of all having one big oil refinery supplying the whole map. And what that does is it exposes you to a lot of weaknesses, in the sense that if your distribution system breaks down and there's no redundancy, your whole economy can fall apart incredibly quickly, especially when you've got a key resource like fuel. But of course, what I've just been talking about is a long-term decision, because the first thing we've got to do is actually get our town operational here. Now, in the last part, we put the heating plant in, which is over here and it's being built. And we can see here, there's a lot of these buildings are actually being demolished. So I've kind of instructed, the central committee has decided that these small buildings need to be cleared. The other thing we are also going to get rid of is all these small fields here, because this is going to be an industrial area, although we may have a farm nearby, because one thing you can associate with a oil refinery or oil production is down here again, if we get to fossil fuels, is a chemical plant. Now, obviously a chemical plant is going to be quite more useful. Now, another option for a chemical plant is it that one? No, I've gotten. But what we can do is use this, because we're going to need to manufacture chemicals, because eventually our water purification and other elements will come. We also will need chemicals for our plastics industry. So we're probably going to, and again, it's another consumption of oil, which again is something that you do need to consider. That the fact that the our chemical industry and our plastics industry also need oil. So oil is one of the really big factors that will get consumed on the map. Anyway, I'm digressing again. The first thing I want to do is, I think we're going to need excavators, aren't we? Let me just do something, because we're going to need to reclaim this land here. Yep. We need that was bulldozers, isn't it? We're going to need bulldozers. Okay, because it's leveling. Right. What I'm going to do is we're going to put in a pre-construction office here, and I'm going to buy well, we actually need a free gas station as well, because the bulldozers won't work for free. So we're going to need to put in, I think you've still got spare slots, yeah, because at the moment most of our, just put some free fuel in there. I mean, having a free gas station out would be quite useful when the construction equipment comes out here. We are going to need to buy some bulldozers. What we got here? What's the best one we got? 10 kilometers an hour. Wow. Let me just look at something. Oh, I've got to buy it. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a chance. Right, and to remove all this lot. You're meant to do nothing at the moment. Workshop bulldozer. We're going to buy year 10. We're going to buy 2 of those, and they're just going to trundle out here, sit here. Hopefully there'll be fuel in here before they get there, otherwise they're going to wander off all across the map. So while that's going on, what we need is an outfall. Let me just look at the oil, whether we can cheat here a little bit and save some money. So I could put you. Let's just work this out. You got an oil field there, an oil field there. And so we put one there. We got another one there. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 10 pump jacks in this area. I'm just wondering if I can be a little bit cheaty here. The water's not very deep, so the game may not like this. Oh, I think we're going to dump this in here. Yeah, we're going to put the sewage outfall here. And when we're actually planning the pump jacks, we'll leave a channel through here for the waste to flow out this area here. The reason I want this, because the alternative is we put it up here, and that means we're going to have to lay a very long sewage line, which could be a real pain in the neck. I am going to use, actually, let me just look at the water sewage treatment big. This is his new point. This process is 441 tons of water. It's way too big. I don't really want to use that just at the moment. Water treatment. Where's the waste treatment? Sewage treatment. We're going to carry on using the ones I've been using before. Actually, that produces fresh water. Let me just see. No, I think we're going to carry on using this outflow here. We're going to put, I think we're going to bring it slightly inland a little bit like that. And then we're going to go underground here. Of course, we're going to use the biggest pipes of all. We're going to connect to the center there. And to begin with, what we're going to do is we're going to put in. Now this is already a fairly big town, so you can see here we're probably going to need 3 sewage pickups covering the whole town through here, because it's quite a long town. Now, and of course, we've got the heating plant over there. I think probably the way we're going to divide this town is, well, we could probably get away with 2. Is we're going to have the local workforce is going to be here, because they're going to need to put a connection to our shops and stuff like that. And then depending on where the oil refinery goes, we're going to have to do the necessary connections. But my instinct is for the town to grow in this direction. But at the same time, I don't want to go past this road here, because this eventually could become a highway. Although technically, I suppose it does go up that way. So our town is going to have to stay this side of this highway. So we're going to build out through here in different directions. I think we're going to, it's not that much space there. So if I start with a sewage line there, and that will cover all the way down to there. So put a connection there. And then we're going to put I think I want a little bit of an overlap, so that we just a smidge, so give me just a smidge of insurance. Okay, looks like where I'd like to put, I mean, I could put it over here, maybe down here a little bit. Yeah, I think if we put another one just in there. Now we've got that outflow there. It's going to go underground. We're going to need a wastewater. We'll put a sewage switch in. We're going to come in from this side. We're going to put a sewage switch maybe just out here. Actually, no, we can put it in a lot closer. Got a connection there. The pipe, the actual sewage line is unthing. Okay, we're going to put it. We could put it down here actually, so it's all part of the road, the overall system. This one is the wrong way round. Okay, we're gonna have to turn you round. It doesn't pay to have these sewage substations facing the wrong way. I think we'll just put you about there, and then we'll have a big pipe that will flow from there. Now this is a pretty flat area, so we're gonna have to be a little bit careful. Okay, it says make sure that connects up. That's connected. That one isn't. I don't think. That one is now connected. Just make sure they're all connected, because having to rebuild sewage lines is a real pain in the neck. And then what we're going to do is run out of here. Oh, great. That's over there. And we're gonna have to come in on one side or the other. We're gonna put you in there. Right, so you're now connected from there to there to there. That gives us the sewage disposal, and that covers this area here. Plus we've got the pipeline connections here to provide extra coverage over time should we need it, which we probably will need it by the time the town is built up. So we've now got this here. Just want to make sure we've got that connected in as well, because of course we've got this area here. Now the next thing we're going to need is water. Now we've got this area here. Now we certainly don't want to put the water out this way, because if you put water where pollution is, you could have a problem. So I'm kind of thinking our water supply up here, our water treatment can go in this area. Obviously we need it within walking distance as well. So let's come in here. Oops, no, we want water treatment plant. Again, because we got lots of local gravel, when this is the, when we got this one here that would give us 300 with chemicals. Now again, this is could be an interesting decision, because if you're going to build a chemical industry in this area, you could kind of make a case to be able to how can you put it, you could make a case here for to actually make chemicals. Actually, I've just had a thought. I think there's a mod. This one actually produces chemicals, but it is coal, fuel, and bitumen. But I think, if I remember correctly, this is really good, but it's got no pipe connections or anything like that. I'm just considering my, no, I think I'm kind of getting ahead of myself now. Now I think we're going to go gravel, and we're going to go here. So we're going to put a, this is 132. This is 60. This is spring water. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with the one that I'm quite familiar. And of course, one thing you do need to make sure is that it is within range of a sewage outfall, because of course a water pumping station provides its own fresh water. So if we put you, how far out can I get you? I want to leave space here just for future development, but at the same time I want this to be in range of the what we call it. I think if we put you there, let me just tidy up this area here. Just kind of take out these tabs, probably get rid of all these roads anyway. In fact, I think I will. I'm going to get rid of this road system here. Actually press shift. What am I doing? We'll put a gravel road out that way, because that will eventually connect up to this. Just make sure, yeah, that will come into there. Probably going to tidy up this corner, so it's kind of a little bit messy. I probably don't need that road there. So what we could do is get rid of that road there. What is this? This is the university here. I think what we'll probably do is, once this is built, we'll put the road out round here, and it will join to come opposite this road here, which will come in. Right, I thought I had a connection. Yeah, I've got a connection here. So actually, I think, has this got any? I'm gonna remove this. What I've got now is my kind of building hack type mentality on at the moment. What we're going to do is look through there, build that, and actually we can put the road in straight away, so I can plan. Let me just see. Yeah, we are going to invoke the power of the central committee to put some tower blocks in the back here. Well, not too many. I want a little bit of spacing. One there. We'll just rotate you there. Of course, what we're going to do is invoke the attitude of the what you could call it, the kind of the 1950s going into the 1960s, when the general attitude was that everything was modern and all old houses were kind of seen as the past. So they would put power blocks next to historical buildings, because of course the thinking in those days was a little bit Philistine. But so we'll put some tower blocks there, and then that will kind of provide the workforce here, and eventually we'll probably put a bus platform out that way. So we've now got our water filtration plant here. How did I know? Yep. You're probably wanting to go up the same bit of track, aren't you? No, he's just coming back. This is the problem when you've got these construction trains. Now there's a very good chance if he's coming down, they're going to end up facing each other. Oh no. Wow, yeah, that's a bit weird. Where's he going? Why didn't he come in this route? That's strange. Very, very strange. I want to make a quick, very careful look. I mean, the signals are right, aren't they? Or is it just the fact that this track was obstructed, so he had the intelligence to go around the other way? See, the trouble is that because I'm still building on both sides here, the track itself, I can't kind of do it unless I start putting crossovers in. But I don't really want to put crossovers in this area. He's gone off quite that way. I think what I might do, seeing that seems to be working, we're going to put a couple of semaphores in there. So I think this guy is... Why aren't you... Oh, this guy's just coming back the other way. Oh, I think I've just messed him up a little bit, because I put a signal in. One of the problems is when you put signals in, you can mess up the trains when they're kind of freebasing like they are at the moment. Oh, yeah, because this guy's building into the depot, so he's working locally. Let's just see what allocation they're actually, what track they've got left to build. They've got quite a lot of track left to build. Yeah, I think they're sorted out. They will get the occasional collision, but there's not much we can do about it. Anyway, back to over here. I'd say the alternative, actually, while I'm thinking about it, apologies for the digression, but sometimes with this game, you've got to kind of think outside the box. Most of the track in, well, most of the track in this area has kind of been already allocated. We've built in, we haven't built that. We haven't built that. Let me just see what has been allocated, because I'm going to have to put some crossovers in somewhere. Let me just see. We need that built. That should then follow on to there. We certainly need that built and that built, so it will come into here. We certainly need that built, and then we're going to come out this way, and this is where it can get a little bit icky. So we're going to need to build this out this way to about here. What's that? We just got a new vehicle, and then what we're going to need to do is put a crossover there, because this is obviously going to take a lot of time to both just connect up and upgrade and put power in, and I want this to be functional. So what, by putting this crossover in, it means I can signal everything up properly. Got a caterpillar at number 9. That western vehicle, it's either going to be a bulldozer, plowing. Bulldozer speed 16. Let's do capacity. Okay, it's not sorting out properly. You got bulldozers at 16. Okay. Actually, talking about no, one thing at a time. Right, so we've now got our here. We're going to need to reserve a space for our outgoing pipelines. But what we are going to need is some wells. Let's have a look at what wells we've got, because I must admit I do like this one. This is the groundwater wells that we've been using so far, and the normal small big water well is 215. I must admit, I do like these ground water wells. Looks like we've already got a bit of a water quality issue. I'm gonna... Now, the capacity of this actually produces more water than this can actually process. But that produces less. So we're going to put one of these in. Kind of part of me says here. Let me just look at something. Just want to review the situation that we've got here. What I'm thinking is water tower, but I couldn't remember whether I put it on the supply side or the delivery side. I think we can get away with this here. I know kind of I seem to be prevaricating and thinking about what I'm doing, but I kind of like trying or considering different options. If it's probably the best way to do it. Is that actually built yet? Yeah, I think it is being built. So we can put that there. Yeah, it's this. Whoops. I think I've just broken it by accident. That's okay. I think this bit's finished, but this bit isn't. What we'll have to do is put the road crew back onto it. They'll soon finish it. No problem. And then actually this is going to be a little bit of a tight bit. Yeah, I've kind of messed this up a little bit. That's okay. If we put you there, go underground, large pipeline, you can go to there, and you can go to there. And then I think what we can do, so again, apologies. I can't remember if I actually used the, no, because this is powered. I think we're going to take advantage of that option. So we are going to put a, we're going to put a large water tower here. Because what I want to do is ensure this will come. So you can come to there. Actually, no. Cancel that. What I'm going to do is bring you round to there, to there, to there. And we're going to put you, what we're going to do is put 2 output pipes from here, like that. That one's not connected. That's now connected. The reason I'm putting 2 pipes in here, that we will probably have to duplicate the water supply eventually anyway. Right, so now we got that there. Where do we have, where we got our bulldozers now? What we're going to need to do now is I'm going to start at this end, level from center, and we're just going to open up that bit there, and I'm going to push the land in from like this. Now, I don't want to recover the whole area because it's going to be tedious. In fact, I'm only going to use this as an example. More, okay, yes. No, I want train from the center. That's better. Sorry. Just push you out this way. Yeah, if you're not worried about achievements, you can do this a lot quicker if you actually use the cheat mode and use the terrain editor. Let me just see. Fossil fuels, pump jack. Yeah, and this one will come out to, if we can get this one out about there, if we can, what are we looking at? 46%, 47. So the best we're going to get is about 47% here. So if I go back to here, this deep hole is going to be a bit of a problem. So I'm going to see if I can How's that? Right, we can cover that area there. And this is 59, this is 61, there's a 62 about there. Right, so we got to get out to about there on this side. Pollution monitor, yes, I know. So if we push you out here, that should be pretty close. That's 63. We got a 63 there, so if we put you 64, no, we got 64 about there. That's good. Now the next one, when you're planning these oil pump jacks, be aware that it won't show you the overlap if they're not built. So what we're thinking is 54 there, 52, 49. Let's see, so it says you can get 55 there, but that's overlapping a little bit onto this one. And of course, it's saying 5%. So we're talking maybe 53 about there. I'm going to do one more and then I'll do all the rest off camera, guys, because obviously I'm aware that this can be a little bit tedious. So we're just going to push you out, follow the terrain here. Just push you out into this area. Now the pipelines will be a bit tricky, but we can do more leveling once we worked out. I mean, these actual pump jacks may not be the final location. It's just that I want to mark out the kind of the pitch where they will be. So this one's going to need a little bit more. No, don't. I know 54 is about the best it's going to be, isn't it? So ideally it should be that way, but the road is there. That's 56, that's 57, but it's overlapping this one. So I think we're going to put you, I think we're just going to have to live with a little bit of overlap. So if I put you there, the question is whether we can get a road out of here. No. Okay. So we're just going to use that as a place marker to begin with. And obviously I've got a lot more work to do in here, but I'll do that off camera, guys, because it's just going to be way too kind of time consuming. Right, so back to the water supply again. Now we've got our water tower here. Again, I'm just gonna, I'm kind of just trying to get a feel for. Now we have got some gravity feed here for local, but we have got a pump supply here as well. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to check the water flows. Yeah, we got, wow, we got a little bit of overpressure here. As long as it's yellow, the red means that the pressure is too high, but that's not a bad thing. Now, one important thing is that you don't confuse the two here. When it's got a high pressure, it means that the water supply here is too high. What you're really looking for is something around between around 2 bar. But you can see, so yeah, so it looks frightening, but it's not. I just saw a traffic jam. Okay, it's okay, oops, I've just cleared all the mess. No, I haven't. Okay, we got a problem here. Why are you going there? Don't understand why you're stuck there. Why are you taking steel to the burning pit? Is this under maintenance? Yeah, it is. Great. Okay, so we got a problem here. We got vehicles under maintenance here. You. Don't wait until unloaded. Yeah, the pit itself is under maintenance. So what's happening in here is that all these trucks are tied up while this guy does his thing. And what these guys do, I'm a bit worried about you. Looks like our concrete mixers are getting a bit old. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave the water supply just for the moment. We do need to do a little bit of routine maintenance here. We're making snow plows. Do we have any snow plows in here? Yes, we do. Okay, right, good. These snow plows are being made for here. What we're going to need is concrete mixers. I think we can struggle on just for the moment. We've got a, let's move you over here so I can, so as the saying goes, I can see the wood for the trees. You go there. And I've got you back on dumpers, which I want made. Okay. Right, let us see. What have we got in the way of concrete mixers? We got this one here, which is a Mack that goes 50 carries. So it looks like we may have to. Let's just have a look at the blueprints and see. You carry 6 tons, but you're at things. So the moment our fastest one is this one here, which is the ammo F15, which is this. I don't think we've got an improvement on our current things now. These dumpers were just placeholders, so what we're going to do is we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and then we're going to put the placeholders back in again. I'll put a couple of those in, and then I'm just going to take a look at our wear and tear tire map. We got a steam dumper here. I mean, it's at 62 wear and tear. I mean, it's 30 years old. That one might be a problem. I don't think I've got any spare dumpers at the moment. I mean, we got 228,000 thingies, so I think what we will do is we'll go here. This no, that's the dollars. Go there. We're gonna buy. Oh no, I want it. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Dumpers. Right, we got a Mack. Not dumpers. Yeah, dumper we in, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna buy you. This is a Mack AC series tractor. Just gonna buy one of those. This carries 15 tons of gravel. Just going to keep you there. Just want to have a look at the. These can be very expensive. Dumper. Yeah, this one is going to cost us 387,000 to build, and this is 50, and this carries 15 tons. I don't and we got one here which runs out in 1928. This is 27,000. This is only 5 tons. I would really like this one here for 15. So what's the one what we're building at the moment? According to this, we've had, oh, this is the 1928 version. Well, we've already got one at 15 tons. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing at the moment. Oh, this is the Max Series tractor at 50 kilometers now. Okay. Right, we're just going to pick up that. We're going to find out where you are. You're, you're actually operate. Oh, yeah. Well, so what we need to do is come here, go back, copy you, add you to the route. How much? Okay, let me just check this. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful here because you've got plenty of gravel, so right. And then you, I know you got 5.8 tons of gravel, but we didn't pay for it, so. And it's time for you to meet the scrap merchant. And then that replaces you as a, yeah, we got a good quality one here, carrying 15 tons of gravel. So, right, one more look at the, we've got an open hole here. He's at 59%. He's 12 years old, and he's delivering to there. Okay. Now we have got some open holes, so let me just get rid of you. You to focus on there. What we'll do is we'll put one of you, put you into there. And then what we can do then is take a look at these. What you're supplying the wood store and the oops. We'll look at which one. Yeah, I think you've had your time. You're only doing 21 kilometers an hour, so you can go. I mean, you've given reasonable service, but maybe it's time for you to go. Anyway, I'm way over time on this video, so what I'm going to do is just very, very quickly, because of course what I'd like to do is put the water substation roughly where the waste substation is, so that you can get an overlap. Can't build due to infrastructure. Ideally, I'd like to slip it in there, but I think we're going to have to put it in about there. And then what we'll do is we'll put a direct feed. Actually, no, we could probably just cancel that for the moment. We just put a water switch in. Put a water switch in about there. I think there's a little bit of space there. So we can put you there. Put the surface connection on there. And then you can go to there. And you can go to there. And what that will do is give us options to send water in 2 directions. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do is sort all this out off camera, guys, so that it will make sense, and then we can work out where our objects are going to be going. As I say, that would be a job for working off camera. Also, we need to keep building up this area here, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.